Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we'll be talking about the continue keyword. So without much ado, let's dive in. The continue keyword is used to skip the rest of the code inside the loop for the current iteration and moves to the next iteration. So if you have a continue keyword, if that keyword is hit, the iteration will stop, that iteration will stop and it will go to the next iteration. So in the previous video, we learned about the break keyword, and this is how it was. Maybe I can just explain this code. So we have a code here that loops from 100 to 0. And here we are learning about the break keyword, that's why it was this way. Now, if you don't know about the break keyword, you should learn about the break keyword first before coming to this video. So with the continue, you have said that it will skip the rest of the code inside the loop. So I want to make this code such that when a number is even, continue. So in short, when the number is even, let me just rewrite this code again. I'll move this line down here. Then I'll move this line for update up there. That is because then I'll replace this one with continue. We're now learning about the continue keyword. I swapped the order because we have said that once this continue is hit, the other lines below it will be ignored. So we don't want this our update to be ignored, because once our update is ignored, you have seen that our loop will be, I'll call it hanging. I can't call it an infinite loop, but it will be hanging. I'll return it that there it was, and we'll see what I mean by hanging. Okay, let us continue learning about the continue. So here, maybe I can just use this example. In this example, let me just copy that code and paste it here. And remove this num because we don't have a variable named num. Let me remove this code also. Okay, so this is what I've written, so I can explain this code. So this is just the loop that we had. So I've already explained this loop a lot of times, so I'll just explain this part for continue. So here, I'm checking if the value of count is divisible by 2. This is, I'm trying to, this is called modulus. It gets the remainder. So if the number divided by 2 has a remainder of 0, it means that that number is divisible by 2. And if a number is divisible by 2, it means that it's even. So this code will only print odd numbers, because for every even number, it will hit this continue. And I've said that continue will ignore the rest of the code. And in this case, the rest of the code is this print statement. That means for every even number, this print statement won't be called. But for odd numbers, this condition will be false, so this continue won't be hit, and this print will be executed. So let me save this code and run it so that you can see that it will run for all numbers except the, so you can see all the numbers that are here are the odd numbers. You can see they are odd numbers, all of them. There's no even numbers here. That is because the even numbers, that continue button was hit. And I was telling you about the hanging state, because if you had this line of code down here, if this line of code, let's say, was somewhere where it was down there, our code could be in a hanging state, because this update won't be called. So if I run this code, that update won't be reached. So if you see, if I run the code, now you can see my program has just hanged. It's doing nothing. It's just in that state. It's not running. Nothing is happening. It has just stopped. It has not stopped. It's still running, but it's hanging. So that's what I call it, a hanging state. So I'll just Control C to interrupt it. Yeah, and that is it with the continue keyword. So in the next video, we'll learn about the pass keyword. So see you there. Peace out.